Hello there. I hope you're doing great today. I have a question for you, and that is, have you been struggling with why am I doing this writing thing? Or who am I to even think I could do this? This can be known as resistance, as described in Stephen Pressfield's book, The War of Art. Good book, by the way, so go and buy it. It also goes by another term, and that is Imposter Syndrome. This might cause you to doubt your skills and accomplishments, and it might make you fear being exposed as a fraud. Hopefully not, but, well, in this video, I am going to give you 10 tips to overcome this maniac that robs you of your dreams, so you can spit right back in its face. So, let's get to it then. Number 1, acknowledge and don't ignore it. Why would I do that, you might be asking me? Well, simply because that the more you fight back against it, the more your resistance will keep trying to drag you back down into the pit. When you're pushing yourself to grow, this can be where your doubts start to creep in. It's kind of like the analogy if you have a bunch of crabs in a bucket and one of them starts trying to climb out. Other crabs pull it back down. Your imposter syndrome is similar to that, isn't it? And others say that it is your subconscious trying to protect you from harm. So, a way to acknowledge it is to give it a name. For the purpose of this video, let's call imposter syndrome or resistance Bobby. So, say with me, hey Bobby, thanks for checking in with me. I'm a little busy today, but let's do lunch sometime. Do this enough times and maybe Bobby will feel like the neglected friend and go and pester someone else. Maybe. Hopefully. To all the Bobbies in the world, I am not trying to insult you. It was the first name that popped into my head when I was coming up with the video. I mean, no offense by it. So please accept the apology and don't be insulted. Anyway, number 2, collect your wins. Some goal-setting coaches tell us to create a vision board of all the things we want to accomplish, like the type of car you want to drive, or the house you want to live in, where you want to travel to, or anything else along those lines. In a similar way, why not create a victory board? On this, you put down all your accomplishments you have, and then anytime you feel self-doubt trying to pull you back down into the bucket, you look at what you've accomplished so far. And then you smack that crab right back and tell yourself, I've got this. And make sure your self-doubt knows that too. Number 3, stop comparing yourself to others. This is particularly important if you're looking at what famous authors have done. I'll use Stephen King as an example because he's one of the more well-known authors. He makes millions upon millions a year from his writing and everything. You may be thinking, why can't I get that? Or anything along those lines. It is unreasonable and unfair for you to compare your first draft to a published novel that has been, hopefully anyway, polished and professionally edited. Not to mention, famous authors like Stephen King have 65 books, or a lot of them do anyway, published, and he's been publishing forever, or at least since the 1970s. You might not have even been born when a famous author was first published. Remember that well and keep that in your mind. There is the story about King's first book, Carrie. He had thrown the papers in the trash. That was back when they had typewriters and stuff, and it was found by his wife, who told him that she thought he had something there. And well, he did, didn't he? Because the rest is history. That book pretty much launched his career. So even he had imposter syndrome at one point in his career, so a lot of other famous authors probably have as well. Number 4, treat your writing like a craft. Don't think of your writing as a reflection of your self-worth. A weak draft is a reflection of potential for improvement, not that you are any type of a fraud. In my own example, my first book, No Remorse, No Regret, it took 3 years to go from first draft to published. This was partly due to working 2 jobs at the time and doing what I could to look after a family member who was sick with cancer. But I used each draft in the process of getting there as a new challenge to get better with each and every one. So think of each new story or each new draft of a new story as a new challenge that can help you get to that place you want to be and over that mountain. You can also, number 5, use imposter feelings as fuel. No doubt you've heard of the fight or flight or freeze response. You can use your insecurity feeling as motivation to fight, as opposed to wanting to run away from your computer or notepad or whatever you are writing on. And don't freeze in front of your computer. Because remember, there's no cases, as far as I'm aware, of a computer biting someone's fingers off. As far as I know, there aren't any, but you may be able to Google that. And you'll probably find that I'm right. Number 6, talk to other writers. There are an untold number of writing groups in the world. Some are likely local to your area, and some are absolutely online in like Facebook and other places. You can ask questions in those groups as to how other writers get over the imposter syndrome. This can help you realize that these feelings are common throughout the writing community, and overcoming self-doubt is part of the creative process. Number 7, enjoy the process. What I mean by this is set process goals and not perfection goals, because, as you should know, hopefully, perfection is simply unattainable. Say to yourself today, I will write 1,000 words, or insert whatever number you are comfortable with, and then stick with that goal until you consistently achieve it, and then increase your word count by maybe 10% or more, depending on what you feel could really stretch yourself beyond what you think you could do. This could also be a certain number of writing sessions a week, anything at all that will help you enjoy the writing process. Number 8, reframe the inner critic. When you're struggling with something in a story and your inner critic rears its ugly head and slaps you in the head while saying, "You're not good enough, you stink, you're never going anywhere with it," you can politely, or not, it's up to you, tell the critic, also known as Bobby, what to go do with himself. I will let you come up with the impolite ways to tell your inner critic where to go and how to get there, but some more polite ways are like this. Bobby, I'm learning and getting better with each and every day and each and every draft. Or B, Bobby, I'm making mistakes and that's part of the process, so bugger off. Number C, Bobby, even all the famous authors in the world started somewhere, so who are you to tell me I can't do this? Well, I'm telling you that I can, so go away and leave me alone. Number 9, you keep writing anyway. You ever see any of those memes with a lion or any other wild animal that has the caption, "Overcoming fear is not the absence of fear, but acting in spite of it"? Most likely you've seen them. And you apply this thinking anytime the inner critic, Bobby, comes up trying to fill you full of doubt, waiting until you feel confident, and you'll wait forever. Or at least until you die. Act in spite of your doubts, and that's the way to overcome them and gain the confidence you need to get going. Number 10, remember that readers want connection, not perfection. Now, this does not mean you should publish your book without getting it edited and with a professional book cover. Readers will likely forgive a reality or logical if you entertain them if you're writing fiction, or educate them and help them solve a problem if you're writing nonfiction. Pretty cool things, isn't it? Yeah. A good story, well told, and that sounds authentic, will help you in your writing career. So, there you have it. My 10 tips on how to overcome imposter syndrome. I hope this helps you and that you liked the video. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Have a great day and a great week. I will see you in 7 days. So long, my friends.